What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you a video discussing the rumor of Jacoby Brissett returning to the New England Patriots this offseason to be their bridge quarterback for whatever rookie they intend to draft this offseason. So let's get into it, guys. I can't really make a prediction on this video. I already have my prediction out for the Patriots and what they will end up doing, in my opinion. I have them going after Justin Fields, but I will, talk about this one in case I am wrong, and the possible fit of Brissett with the Patriots, and is he the best option for them? You have other free agents out there that could fit the Patriots, depending on who they draft this off season. So let's get into it, guys. So first off, we have a litany of free agents that will fit what the Patriots would need as a bridge slash spot starting quarterback. You have Gardner Minshew, you have Brissett himself, you have Flacco, a couple other guys as well. But those are the three main guys. Carson Wentz, I guess you can throw in there too. But the main two I will look at, and probably the best two backup options in the NFL right now, especially since Teddy Bridgewater has officially retired. I think he's a high school head coach now. The best two is Gardner and Jacoby Brissett. Now, I would think Brissett is the best option because Gardner, to me, should be in a Baker Mayfield role in his career now, trying to be a starter to alley-oop it to a long-term or like a short-term gig. Like Baker had the Bucks for a year. It was a prove-it year. Then okay, he's gonna get another couple years now, most likely to stay with the Bucks in a nice size contract. I think Gardner should be aiming for that. So with the Patriots probably going young this draft class, I think Fields, but they could obviously keep the third pick and go with Jane Daniels or Drake May, whoever drops to that pick there. The rumor is McCarthy as well. He could be available. I don't see that happening, but I don't think Gardner is a good fit for the Patriots. I think he should go to a Vikings if Kirk Cousins doesn't return, or some other team that where he could probably be a starter at to have like a prove it type year, as I said earlier with Baker. So I do like Brissett or Flacco more than actually Gardner, even though I think Gardner is better than Flacco, obviously. But Brissett to me is the perfect option. Former Patriot, was there a couple years ago, and like I said, he's the best, clear cut, the best backup slash bridge quarterback in today's NFL. The Washington Commanders brought him on last year for a 1 year, $8 million deal. He was with the Browns a couple years ago when the Deshaun Watson stuff happened. He's the go-to guy for stuff like this. So let's say the Patriots do keep Jaden Daniels, or do draft Jaden Daniels, or they draft Drake May, and they aren't ready. You can have a guy like Brissett step in right away. A contract value I would like for him probably be a nice 2-year deal. Like I say, he signed a 1 year, $8 million deal last year. The Patriots lead the league in cap, I think 101 plus million. So they have room to inflate it just a little bit, give some guaranteed money. So I would say a 2 year, probably $18-15 million deal with some guaranteed money, $8 million guaranteed. I think that'll be good with some nice incentives for starting bonuses, win bonuses, and stuff like that. I think that'll be pretty solid for a guy like Brissett. And I was looking at him a little bit and looking at his games and tape a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, Brissett still got it. He's not, and I keep thinking he's like 35, 36. Brissett's only 31 years old. So he's not old at all, still has maybe a long shelf life and more teams to really go to. But I would love to have Brissett tutor, if I'm a Patriots, not a Patriots fan, but just I would love to have him tutor a guy like Jaden Daniels, a guy like Drake May. And I was thinking to myself as well, I did a video on Jaden Daniels being a possible future Viking. Let me see, about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But I was thinking, I don't know if Daniels is ready to start day one. The body frame scares me a little bit. He has experience. He's been starting for a while, since the ASU days, 5 years now. But I don't know if the body translates right now. I know Lamar Jackson did, obviously, but like I said, it's a different breed, a different animal. And same for Drake May. Drake May, is he ready to start from day one? To me, it's up for debate. So if Drake May does go to the Commanders, I think Sam Howell has a shot to start at least the first half of the first year, And then if the team is struggling, then you might can bring Drake May in the last couple games, the last handful of games, or something like that. Or if they're doing well, Sam Howell could start the rest of the season, and then they move off from him, and then let him go to pursue other options and let Drake May be the number one guy in year two. And I'm all for that, situations like that, because looking at this draft class, I'm looking at like, okay, who can start from day one is really one in the possible. And that's Caleb Williams. He's a clear cut guy that I'm not worried about starting from day one. I like him. I like his makeup. I like his mindset. He's built to be a day one starter, no matter where he goes in this draft. Drake May, he's a possible. Maybe, maybe not. I gotta see in camp. I won't see, but I'm saying the franchise need to see in camp. Can he do it? Is he ready for it yet? But he's possibly ready. He's the number two quarterback in this class for a reason. So I think that's, it is a possible there. But everyone past that, I don't think is ready to start day one. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Spencer Rattler, Michael Penix, they could start day one maybe. Depends on how they come into the league and everything. But I would say right off the bat, I wouldn't have them starting right away. I wouldn't do it. Let these guys progress. Let these guys learn. And like I always been saying since I started this channel, and I was a big Josh Rosen guy back in the day. Seeing him his freshman year at UCLA, I thought he would be a star. When I was younger, clearly that was 100 years ago now. But I Rosen could have had success in this league, with the Cardinals. I've always said that you need to, and every quarterback is different, but every quarterback shouldn't start from day one. Plain and simple. I used to hoop and holler on this channel about that years ago. Every QB shouldn't start from day one. And I think Rosen was another one, that got failed by the system, failed by the coaches, failed by the team. And obviously you change coaches, then he lost favor, and the coach brought on who we thought made the most sense for a scheme in Kyler Murray. So no qualms there, but just other guys throughout history, you can pinpoint like, man, was he a bust or was it just not the right backing behind the team? Because a lot of these teams don't treat these guys like the stock that they are. They should be just stocks. I look at it as stocks, short-term, long-term stocks. And a quarterback should be a long-term stock, especially a first-round quarterback. You have 4 years with a fifth-year option. You have time to develop him. And it feels like sometimes teams are going against their quarterback, just trying to, have the OC keep their job, the head coach keep their job, switching coordinators, switching systems, switching schemes, and that's not sometimes conducive to a winning culture for these young quarterbacks. You know, Maybe you should fire the head coach after year one, and then let them have a new OC, and let them have 2 or 3 years with that, instead of going OC, OC, OC. Then the last year fire coach, and then he gotta just uh, be under the discretion of the new GM and the new head coach that didn't draft him. Stuff like that happens all the time, and they kind of undercut the prospect that you have. So a lot of teams, in my opinion, need to do better. They need to do better helping these quarterbacks grow, and also building around these quarterbacks in their strengths. Don't turn them into what you want them to be. Turn them to who they can be, who they should be by their skill set. And it seems like sometimes the coaches and teams undercut them. So I have no problem with letting guys sit for year one or most of year one, letting guys learn. I even like what my Falcons did last year with that. Well, not 2 years ago now, with Desmond Ritter, when Mariota was the starter. It obviously has to line up perfectly, but basically Mariota played the full year for the most part for the Falcons. Got injured, and the whole issue went on: was he injured? Was he not? Was the season over or not? But no, the Falcons ended up sending him home, so he was done for the year. But the last, I think, 4 or 5 games, Ritter started, so we saw what we had, at least little flashes of Ritter as our starting quarterback 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, whatever. And then obviously in 2023, he started most of the season. So I think that would be something I wouldn't mind seeing for some of these young guys like Penix, like Nix, like Daniels. You know, if the Patriots aren't winning and you see something in practice or something that, okay, Daniels might be ready, okay, last handful of games of the season, let's see what he has. You know, Brissett's going to still be there long term. He's a professional. He's a veteran. He's done this before. He's been in this role already. You will have no issue. He would have probably no issues. You know, he's there for a reason to be the backup eventually. And, you know, I think Daniels could, or anyone else they draft, you know, that could be the quarterback. They could take over and see what they have the last handful of games if the Patriots aren't in contention for the playoffs. So I think stuff like that to me makes the most sense. And I think, you know, Brissett is the guy for the job for the Patriots if they don't do what I think and go out the fields. But they do get a guy like Daniels or Nix or McCarthy or Penix. I think that, you know, obviously makes sense there, bringing back the best bridge quarterback in today's NFL, in my opinion, and Brissett. So I love the fit. Obviously, I hope my move, my prediction video is correct and they get Fields. They can still bring on Brissett as a backup option, but, you know, I would think it still could work. It still could work. It still could work with Brissett backing up Fields, but I think you would want to have Brissett more of a bridge quarterback role, and that won't be the case with Fields. So we'll see. We'll see how everything pans out. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.